Hi everyone, Kirsten here. So today I am going to be doing another tag video. So last time I did the 20 songs tag, so if you are interested in checking that out, the link will be listed in the description down below, as well as the other playlist that's available where I did other tag videos as well, so you are more than welcome to check out that video or those videos in particular. Now, before I get started with this video, can I just be honest here? Like, for some weird reason on this camera I look so pale as hell for some weird reason. Maybe it's the dark lipstick, I'm not really sure. I don't wear dark lipsticks quite as often, but when I do, I like to be a little bit adventurous. That and this lacy top kind of makes me look a bit gothy with this look that I'm going on, but anyway, okay, with that being said, I am gonna go ahead and get started with the 13 questions. Question number 1. What do you order at Starbucks? To be honest, I'm one of those people that don't go to Starbucks hardly as often, but whenever I do have a chance to go to Starbucks, the number one drink I will usually pretty much always order every single time would have to be the green tea frappuccino. And oh my goodness, if you're a tea lover, especially if you love green tea, I highly recommend that you check out that drink because it tastes so delicious. It's almost like drinking a milkshake, kind of. It's so good. I think you should try it out one day when you get into Starbucks. Between that and the vanilla creme, I think it's called, it's also very good. So anything green tea or vanilla, I'll usually order from Starbucks. Question number 2 is, what is one thing in your closet you cannot live without? To be honest, it was hard for me to go about in my closet to see which particular item or clothing of choice that I would consider something I would not, particularly live without. So I was going through my closet and the first thing that comes to my mind is this cute little sweater right here. It is simply a sweater that has an eagle in the front, and it also has this little dream catcher in the background. And to make this cute top so unique is the back right here. The back is rather lacy, which made me fall in love with this sweater so much. Sorry about that, guys. My grandmother just walked through the door and now she just left. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about, this good old sweater right here. This is one particular item in my closet that I can't live without, simply because, it's very unique, and this is my most worn sweater all throughout winter, because obviously with winter there comes a time where you have to wear so much sweaters to keep yourself so nice and warm and cozy underneath. And I know a lot of people don't like winter, but I simply love winter. It's a very good feeling to me for some weird reason. So this is my most worn piece of clothing yet. I like that it's lacy in the back, and I also love that the front is kind of Indian inspired. For those of you who don't know, this is a Ralph Lauren piece. For some weird reason, I fell in love with it so much when I was in the store one day. So I just automatically had to get it. So question number 3 is, what is one thing that most people probably don't know about you? I've given this some pretty good thought, and a lot of people don't tend to know this, but I do like to dedicate my time to be very nice and organized. So even though I have like a kind of a messy habit a little bit, For some weird reason, I have to have things a little bit organized, otherwise it just drives me absolutely crazy. I absolutely cannot stand unorganization. I like to keep things neat and organized. That is one thing that people do not know about me, is that I like to be organized. Question number 4 is, name one thing you want to do before you die. This is another thing I have also given some pretty good thought. This is going to sound a bit cliche, but before I die, I would love to travel to really great places one day. I'd like to visit parts of Europe and parts of Asia a little bit, maybe Africa. That's something that I absolutely think about every single time because I love traveling and I love the idea of just going someplace new and adventurous. It just gets me so excited. Even when I travel to the same exact locations every single day, I just absolutely just love the idea of just traveling and going to places. Question number 5 is, what is one food you cannot live without? I'm gonna have to go with vegetables in this one. Really boring, I know, but there you have it. Vegetables is one thing I cannot absolutely live without. Question number 6. What quote or phrase do you live your life by? Okay, this is going to sound a little bit personal, but ever since I was in, let's see, I'm trying to think. I think back in my sophomore year of high school, I watched this anime called Blood Plus, and there was this one scene of this anime where the main character, Josiah, her father George was about ready to pass away and turn into a chiropteran, which is one of those really weird, creepy creatures from that anime in general. So before he ended up dying, or in this case, when Saya was about ready to kill her father before he became a chiropteran, ever since this quote, I've always lived by it, and the first thing he said to his daughter before he ended up passing away is, live for today, but look forward to tomorrow, and don't forget to smile. That is one quote I always absolutely live by, because I could relate to that quote in general, simply because, you know, life is too short to be miserable and depressed about your past and everything that's that part of your life done, basically. So ever since that quote, I've always lived by it every single day. So your past doesn't matter anymore. What really matters is your present and your future. So I kind of got that hint with that quote in general. So it's my absolute favorite too. Question number 7. Sorry, I'm just trying to do this for some weird reason. Anyway, question number 7. What do you like and dislike about the YouTube community? So, to start from what I really like about the YouTube community, I love the fact that it's a great place to make new friends. I also love the fact that, you know, it's a great way to entertain people with videos and just watching other people's videos. I absolutely enjoy very much. I love watching other people's videos, and I love being able to make videos myself to entertain, you know, my personal viewers. That's the first things that comes at the top of my head about what I love about the YouTube community, is just those specific reasons in general. But then, of course, with good, there's always bad with everything in general. What I dislike about the YouTube community is just 2 simple things, really. I just hate how people can be just so nasty and so negative, especially in the YouTube comment sections with like popular YouTubers and stuff. It's like, nobody deserves to be talked to or treated that way. You obviously don't want somebody to treat you or talk to you like that. I have a feeling like, yes, I know it's just your typical trolls just doing whatever they can to bring you down, because that's what I always thought the purpose of like a troll was to just bring people down and stuff. But just the horrible, nasty hate comments. And another thing is that really bothers me about the YouTube community is the fact that people tend to be a little bit too open with their personal life, which kind of bothers me. For example, just showing off your newborn child when you've recently got married or something like that, I figured. That's just very personal and something that should be kept privately into your own life. And honestly, you don't want to expose your child because a child and a baby in general has the right to their own privacy. So you just never know when some psychopath is just gonna just randomly take advantage of you by like capturing your baby or some other vile things that people will tend to do with children nowadays. It's just an example like that. Just anything personal like that, it just kind of bothers me a little bit. So that's one thing that I kind of dislike about the YouTube community, is just that in particular. Okay, so question number 8. What's your number 1 most listened to song on iTunes? To be honest, I can't remember exactly how long ago I've been on iTunes with just my computer in general. So since I haven't checked on iTunes in quite a long while, I'm just gonna have to go with a song I've been listening to a lot recently. And I've explained this in my 20 songs video, so for those of you who have watched that video and are already watching this video right now, basically you're gonna hear the same thing. But for those of you who are new, I'm gonna say what I've been listening to the most lately. My most played songs recently is just songs by The Birthday Massacre in general. Like, I swear to God, I am so obsessed with that band for some weird reason. So you're talking about listening to every single song from every single one of their albums. So you're talking about Violet, Nothing and Nowhere, Hide and Seek, Pins and Needles. It's just something I've been listening to a lot recently. Their music is so unique and so breathtaking for me in a way that I just simply listen to them every single day. So if you are somebody that gets into 80s inspired, a little bit of electronic background and haunting melodies, I'd say that band is definitely for you. So if you want, you can go ahead and check them out on YouTube or on iTunes, whatever you want to do. I highly recommend that you check them out because they are so good. Let me tell you, they are awesome. Question number 9. What kind of style would you define yourself as having? Honestly, I'm a mixture of all kinds of things. I would say my style would have to be pretty edgy, like just edgy, your typical like normal / goth / everything. My style is kind of variety, so I'd say the style itself is just basically just edgy punk kind of. So that's the best way I can describe my style, I guess. I have no particular phrase for it, but whatever type of outfit I feel like wearing that day is what I'll be wearing. So You can like it, you can dislike it, but I am simply gonna wear it out of my own personal pleasure. I don't care either way. I'm here to pleasure myself. Question number 10. Flushington. What is your favorite number? My favorite number is gonna have to be lucky number 7. Just lucky number 7 is just a number I always like to follow by. I've always considered it to be a lucky number, so that is one of them. So that answers that question. Question number 11. Name your 2 hobbies. My hobbies are doing artwork and gaming, because those are the things I enjoy the absolute most. Okay, so question number 12. Name your 2 pet peeves. So there's a few in my mind in particular that I would consider them to be my pet peeves. So the first one at the top of my list is just idiot drivers in general, like when somebody's tailgating, when somebody is stealing your parking place you've been waiting so long to take, and just a bunch of random nonsense that crazy drivers seem to do nowadays. So that's something that's always bothered me and something I couldn't quite tolerate, because obviously you get the picture of what it's like dealing with idiot drivers if you have a driver's license. It is something I cannot tolerate. It's something that always drives me crazy and just gets me so angry and just so frustrated at times. I just can't stand it hardly. And then my second one would have to be just negative people in general. So I hate it when people tend to be very negative and they don't seem to do anything to try to better themselves. It's kind of hard to try to get somebody to be positive when somebody has been in that mindset for a very long time. So that's just something that always kind of bothered me a little bit, is people being negative and they don't do anything to better themselves. So those are at the top of my list, I would say, is just those 2 things in general. So idiot drivers and negative people. So we made it to the final question, which is of course question number 13. Name a guilty pleasure of yours. I was doing a lot of debating on whether I should talk about like my personalized pet peeve or something I have a habit of doing. So in my case, I'm gonna have to go with something that I watch that I tend to have like a little bit of a pet peeve of. But for some weird reason, once in a great while, I do like to tend to watch a really good anime once in a while. So I would say I would count that as one of my guilty pleasures, is just watching anime. Some of it is a little bit cheesy and corny and cliche, but for some weird reason, you know, I just like watching anime. I think it's cool. I think it's entertaining, and I think it's a very interesting story concept, most of them. So I do like to watch anime whenever I can, especially if I'm on Netflix. Yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. So that is basically it for what I have to offer about this 13 questions tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so if you did, be sure to sucker punch that like button down below and comment down below if you want to do this tag as well, and leave the link in the description or leave the link in the comments so that way I can check that out. And if you're lucky, I'll even give it a like and a comment. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a chill week, an awesome day or night, and I will talk to you all soon in the next video. So until then, stay dark, my friends. Bye.